What's up guys, it's Scott Hollenbeck here, and today I got something awesome that was sent to me through Action Sports Games and Airsoft Station. So this video is sponsored by Airsoft Station and Action Sports Games, ASG, but I'm going to tell you if this gun is really all that or if it's not really worth your $130. But today it's the 715 in 4-inch with the underrail underneath. Now this does go for $130 on AirsoftStation.com, so the links will be in the description like they should be. And I'm pretty psyched about it because I've actually really wanted these, and they look so good when we saw them at SHOT Show 2017. So let's see if they're really worth it today in this review. And just as a little extra, here's a PlayStation code and here's an Xbox code. Enjoy those. But now, let's get into the review.
Alright now, so with this ASG we get the normal flashy green box with graphics and stats all over its surface. Even underneath there's information that will show you how to peel apart your grips to insert a CO2. You know, just in case you want to completely disregard the manual, that's right on top when you open the box. The manual will show you all basics like how to use your included speed loader, how to adjust your Hopup, and how not to shoot yourself in the face when you're bored at home because video games don't help. Next up out of the box is the earlier mentioned speed loader. This is made out of plastic but does work as intended without any issue, and these have been around with the Dan Weston series revolvers for a long time now. Maybe since day one of the ASG revolvers, but I could be mistaken. Then after the loader, it's all about the 4-inch 715. And oh look, ASG included an Allen wrench for the Hopup. I barely even saw this, so don't forget to peel this off the box before you throw it out. Now with the box gone, I can enjoy the 715 properly, and right away I love the build. The grip is just so comfortable, well molded from rubber, and much more solid than the earlier Dan Westons. These don't creak, bend, and flex, or easily slide off and on. And as for the body material, the 715 has a much more deep tone, where the original Dan Westons were more chrome. The 715 has a dark silver look that shows off all the oils it picks up from anything it touches like fingertips, which means you can expect some finger smudges to show up in abundance. And maybe it's just mine, but for some odd reason mine smells like grapes. I don't know what's going on with mine. Going over the features up front, we get a solid plastic orange tip with no threadings. Get over yourself, you're not going to put a suppressor on this immediately out of the box. And underneath would be a small accessory rail for more tactical stuff you'll never truly need in any game, unless you're really being a tryhard. But hey, it looks cool, right? For real though, a lot of people are actually really hyped about this little rail on this revolver, but what I'm really thrilled about would be the trays all over this piece. They all stand out, and seeing 357 carved into the barrel is an excellent touch. Not so stand out though would be the sights. They're flat black and a bit bulky, but the sight picture is nice in daylight since they're pretty tall. These aren't high-speed pinpoint race sights, and they're not made to be like that. This is a single and double action revolver, mind you, but with a couple white dots on the rear sight, this 715 could have gotten a lot more love from me, but they still do the job. Done with the sights now, I want to show off the cylinder and the 6 lovely shells. Pulling down this catch in front of the cylinder will cause it to pop open so you can load and unload the 715. Each one of these shells can hold one 6mm BB, and the shells themselves can be interchanged with older Dan Weston revolver shells. You could either drop each shell in one by one, or you could actually use that speed loader. Just load the shells, or don't, do whatever you like, then place them in, twist the top of the loader, and just drop them into the cylinder. It will plop the shells right in, and you can close everything up from there. But you're going to need a power source, and CO2 12-gram cartridges are that source. So this is how you're going to put one of these in here. This is pretty easy. Just peel up on the lower portion of the grip, and all the rest is pretty straight up. Drop the cartridge in and use the built-in tool that's on the grip portion that you just pulled off to tighten the CO2 in. For the trigger, anyone would admit that in double action the trigger is a bit long and can be a little unpredictable to how strong the pull will be to fire, but using this piece in single action is much more pleasing. The hammer is well textured to make this all easier, and while operating the 715 in single action, you should be more accurate despite a loss in speed. And if the 715 is cocked but you decide that you want to drop the hammer, you can do this without discharging the gun by slowly dropping the hammer manually while pulling the trigger. Now revolvers are pretty simple to understand, so me diving any more in depth about this is going to make this video drag on and end up bland, like the frame is metal and solid, the safety behind the hammer is made out of metal and is easy to activate. You know, just push it towards the hammer to activate it and pull it back to fire. You shouldn't try to microwave it. Like, you see how this is getting a bit dull? I will say though that I really like the Hopup with the 715. It's really nice, and 100-foot shots with the .28 and a completely unadjusted Hopup are pretty easy. But with a maxed out Hopup at 150 feet, shots are pretty doable with something like a .3 or a .32 gram BB. This is really good for a revolver, and with the Hopup dialed in for the right weight of BBs that you're using, you should be getting some pretty good hits. Gas consumption is also really good, as to be expected with a non-blowback gun, at nearly 140 shots per CO2 cartridge. When it came to Chronograph, readings were all over the place. However, the first chrono I used was most likely glitching, so I recommended trying it again with a different one. And then I got readings like these, a high of 430 and a low of 340. So I guess I can't recommend this one for CQB gaming. As the 715 goes for me, I would have gotten one myself if ASG didn't hook me up with one before they did. It looks amazing to me, and it does stand out. It's a bit different from other common sidearms out there, giving you a bit of flair if you're able to snag a good long range kill with it. And it's indeed a huge improvement from the old Dan Wesson series. For $130, I'd say it's worth it. Everything here is good, but like any other airsoft revolver, there's going to be some disadvantages. You only get 6 shots, and reloads can be a bit slow since you'll have to worry about shells. And you'll have to find a way to properly store those spent shells on your person during a game so you don't lose them on the field or in an arena. But what do you guys think about the 715? Do you like the look, or are you not feeling this piece at all? Let me know down below so the guys at ASG can read over your comments, and make sure to like this video up to show your support. Also, if you're interested in this revolver for yourself, then be sure to head down in the description for the links to AirsoftStation.com so you can get one of these sent to your mailbox. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching, ASG and Airsoft Station for sponsoring, and everyone else who helped me to get where I am. But until the next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Holmbeck, and I'll be sure to see you all next time.